This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
And then you're back in Atlanta on March 8th. Of course, we're going to be doing another television taping here for WTBS. And of course, if we're doing weekends, that means we've got the syndicated show too. You had a promo here on March 8th from the Mid-Atlantic show. Let's take a listen.
Fans, we had some exciting news for you concerning the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup. The date and the site has been chosen. Of course, cities around the world were bidding for this tournament. One of the great sport complexes in the world has been chosen for the site of the tournament, the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup. Now that cup, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup, is going to be held on April 19th. The Superdome in New Orleans is the site for the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tag Team Tournament. 75,000 seats, the home of the Sugar Bowl. And of course, the Super Bowl just recently held in New Orleans. Well, the biggest sports event of the year, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup, is going to be held on April 19th, the Superdome in New Orleans. Arn Anderson, that's exciting news.
And Bob Cottle, why don't you tell them who will surely be the #1 seed in that tournament? Myself, the world television champion, AA himself, and Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion. Do you actually think now, Bob Cottle, do you actually speculate that there's any team could even come close to taking us? Not a chance. I'm standing here today glorified within myself for the simple fact that, Dusty Rhodes, you've sent that painted lady out here time after time to threaten me. You didn't have the guts to come out here and do it yourself, saying, you're next. All I hear in the arenas, you're next. Signs, you're next. Dusty, you're next. Well, Dusty, what happened the first time you crawled in a cage with an Anderson? You hobbled around on one bad wheel. What happened the second time you crawled in a cage with an Anderson? The same effect. The only reservation I have is we didn't quite get the job done because all your stooges came running down the aisle and saved you. Well, Dusty Rhodes, it hadn't stopped here. I've told you the Three Horsemen can get it done almost as good as the Four Horsemen, and before it's done, you're going to be out of the picture completely. You want this, earn it.
All right, fans.
What'd you make of that promo right there, dude?
Glorified within myself.
I mean, that's a hell of a line right there. You might need to dust that off on a Wednesday.
That's pretty stout, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even heard those words touched before.
Shoo, it was that actually proper. Was that a sentence, a full sentence? I guess it was.
It is now.
Glorified within myself. It sounds pretty self-righteous. I got to put Bob Cottle over. Boy, that was a great lead in, wasn't it?
It was tremendous. And we haven't even talked about it, but the Crockett Cup has become a thing that people still talk about to this day. We know that maybe in execution or financially, maybe it wasn't the biggest show y'all ever did, but the promotion around it, and it was different, and you tried something new, and it wasn't just for a belt. It was for a cup, and it was honoring the past. That's a cool deal, man. That checks a lot of boxes as a wrestling fan.
Yeah, and it also gave us a break from just hammering title matches. The prize was huge. The prestige was huge. And, the interesting pairings of guys that got together as partners made it even more interesting.
Also interesting is you taking on Pat Tanaka on Worldwide that week. And then afterwards, you're going to do a promo with Ric Flair. We're going to take a listen here in just a moment. I've always been curious. What do you think ever happened to that old Crockett Cup? When was the last time you remember even hearing about that thing or seeing it? I think the word was for years and years, it was at Jocks and Jill's or something like that in the CNN Center.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's one of those great mysteries where nobody knows where it wound up, but
if you don't know where it is, and if you've actually looked, which I'm sure you have,
sure,
then it is hid somewhere and not available for viewing. Somebody would have got word to you, I think.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.